Welcome guys back to another video on the channel. We are doing another match preview, and guess who it is? We are playing Liverpool once again. It didn't feel like long before I did the preview for the Premier League game, but this is basically not an important game either. I mean, the Premier League game is obviously important, but we're playing in the Carabao Cup, and I'm not too sure whether we should take this one seriously. This is basically the B team game. We're not going to play our best starting lineup. This is a very short preview. I don't want to talk about Liverpool and Arsenal again, but we did actually play Liverpool, and we did play Liverpool at Anfield this time last year in the Carabao Cup. Now that game ended in 5-5. That was a very incredible game. Goals everywhere. Some very stunning goals as well. Most notably, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for Liverpool, and Joe Willock scored an absolute screamer as well. So I think this could have the potential to be a high scoring game. If Liverpool go with the weak side, we go with the weak side, it could be just a full blown out, it could go either way. It could be one winner, could go to penalties. Who knows? But again, I don't think we should be going for our strongest lineup. We do have other games to be preparing for, like the Premier League game against Sheffield United. So again, as I said, there's no point to be going for a strong lineup at all. We shouldn't be risking the likes of even Leno. I think we should be giving the Runarsson, the new signing, a chance. Even though I think some people may say, why throw him at the deep end at Anfield? But I think you shouldn't be risking our number one goalkeeper, who is Leno, and we shouldn't be risking the likes of Aubameyang in this game as well, who again I thought who looked quite tired in that game on Monday against Liverpool in the main Premier League game. So I do think we should be trying to go with a weak team. If we get knocked out, we get knocked out. We lose two games to Liverpool in a week. There's no big deal about that. But again, I get it is a big deal, obviously, in the Premier League. But again, it's the Carabao Cup. Teams like Tottenham, it's Tottenham level's trophy. It really is. They should be trying to go win that. I don't really care if they win that. But again, it's our job. If we can win the game, we win the game. If we lose the game, we lose the game. I'm not going to fuss too much about it. It doesn't really need too much about finances. Doesn't mean too much about the league table in any way. But if we don't, if we don't play our main players, we just go the less younger players, less experienced players, then they could get a chance to see how it's like to play at Anfield, maybe get good experience, and then we could integrate them into the Premier League. So without delay, I will be going into the predicted lineup, or anyway, my lineup for this game. So starting off in goal, I'm going to go with Alex Runarsson, the new goalkeeper signed from Dijon for around £1.5 million. He's a goalkeeper, he's spoken good about himself. He thinks, he's very hardworking. So maybe Mikel Arteta and maybe the coaches can put a bit of trust in him and throw him at the deep end at Anfield. See how it's like to play at Anfield. See what he's like, because again, it's a no-risk game. It doesn't really mean anything other than a Carabao Cup trophy, which again doesn't really mean anything, does it really? So again, no problem. I'll be going with Alex Runarsson. But no, he wasn't great at Anfield on Monday, was he? So I think it's much better to leave him out of this and go with the younger goalkeeper, less inexperienced goalkeeper, to give him some valuable game time going forward, especially going into the Europa League where we could be playing him more. But again, I don't think Arteta will be going with Runarsson. We've only kind of bought him in just as a gap fill, to be honest, and that's who I'm going to be going with. I'm going to go with the back three still. And again, this has really changed my decision with some transfer news that I'll be talking about later in the day or early in the day. I don't know when I'm going to upload this. But yeah, going to be going into the back three. I'm going to right-hand side of that back three. I'm going to go with William Saliba. William Saliba, he really hasn't played, has he? He's not played at all. I thought he'd play against Leicester in the Carabao Cup win at the King Power, but he didn't play then. When is he going to play? I'll throw him in this game. I would have thought he'd play in the Community Shield game when we played Liverpool, but he didn't play that game either. So I'm not sure why it's taking so long for him to be coming into the side, but with no doubt I'm going to go with him. In the middle of that, I'm going to go with Gabriel Magalhaes. Now, Gabriel, again, he didn't play the game at Anfield on Monday, which was actually very, very surprising because, again, we signed a defender for 27 million, so you have to be playing him, but we didn't play him for some reason or whatever, and we went with the usual back three we have been going with, that has been working, which I sort of understand, but again, we have to be playing Gabriel, give him valuable game time, which would be very helpful for him, and I think, yeah, let's see how he does, and again, it's going to be Liverpool's B team, so I think it would be very good for his confidence as well. So moving into the left-hand side now, it's very confusing. What would you go with here? Because it looks like Sead Kolasinac is closing in on a move to Bayer Leverkusen. So would he play in this game? Would he not? I'm not too sure, but I am going to throw him in for this game. It could be his very last appearance in an Arsenal shirt. Now, I think Mikel Arteta could possibly put him in this game. Very unsure, but possibly potentially could be put into this game, so that's who I'm going to go with. Left wing back, I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka. I want to see Saka play a bit more. He hasn't played a lot, to be honest, and I really do think he should be given more game time. Again, I know it's Liverpool's B team, but if he gets that valuable experience, it would be very beneficial to him. So I'm going to go with him. On the right wing back, I'm going to go with Cedric Suarez. He's a player, he hasn't featured at all. He's always been injured ever since he joined from January. It's not been a great 2020 for him. Yes, he got a big move to Arsenal with the big wages and all, but in terms of game time, he hasn't really done much. Yes, he did come on and he actually did score a goal on his debut. A really good goal, really good finish, and obviously he'll be happy with that. But I think he really now has to push on if he wants to try and come forward from Hector Bellerin and try and make a stake in the claim or whatever in this team. Moving into the midfield, I'm going to go with Joe Willock and Mohamed El Neni. We're going to go with that brilliant pivot of those two. World-class midfield, that is, I just have to say. That is basically our B team midfield at the moment. And I don't think Mikel Arteta will go with more than that. We don't have much depth in that position at all. I don't see Smith Rowe playing. I didn't see him in any training pictures or anything. So it does look like we're going to go with those two. El Neni, he played the 90 minutes at Anfield. So I think Arteta will probably throw him in again. You know, he likes El Neni for some reason. So it does look like we'll go with him. And Joe Willock, he provides the energy, did well at Anfield in this exact game last year in the Carabao Cup. So I have no problem with him putting him there. And yeah, that is who I'm going to go with. Moving to the front three on the right-hand side, first of all, I'm going to go with Reece Nelson. Again, a player played against Leicester, was decent in parts, but again, wasn't great at all, really. And I really do expect him, to do much better, push on. And he did play at the Emirates in the league game in June or July, whatever it was, and he did actually score a goal. So that'll be very good for him, and hopefully maybe he can play in this game and do something good. Again, it's Liverpool's B team, so it's not going to be the best of competition, really, is it? On the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Nicola Pepe. I think Nicola Pepe, we need to try him out in a different position. He is a left-sided player, so maybe his crossing could be improved if you play him on that left side. I don't know if Arteta will play him there, but I think he needs to put more trust into his players, and maybe this is the perfect time for Pepe to actually show himself, because he has been very poor this season, hasn't he? And I'm going to go with Nicola Pepe. Up front as the main striker, I'm going to go with Eddie Nketiah. Now, Lacazette did play the game again at Anfield, obviously, on Monday. And I think Eddie Nketiah is a good player, scoring a lot of goals, giving Lacazette very good competition. I think he'll be hoping to do exactly that in this game, giving Lacazette a lot of questions to answer about, his spot, because Nketiah is pushing, and Arteta does like playing Nketiah a lot. So I think it's something he'll be very much into, and he'll be looking at Mikel Arteta to put Nketiah in the Premier League team. But he has to prove himself even more in the Carabao Cup games, and I think that is very important. So that is it for my predicted lineup for this game against Liverpool. Not the greatest I watched this game, but yeah, it's not of any big quality, really, is it? It's just a B team game from Monday. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your prediction in the comment section down below. See you guys next one. Bye bye.